good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross and I was always told I had a voice for radio, so today I'm celebrating. Celebrating because 5 years ago today, I made a podcast called PTCGRadio. Now, the YouTube channel's not 5 years old, but I thought, if we're going to celebrate, let's celebrate on the YouTube channel as well. So we're answering a question that was asked on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. What are the best non-EX, non-GX Pokemon we currently have in the format? And I figured, well, if we're answering a question, let's do it as a list. So in at number 5, Alolan Vulpix. For 0 energy, you just get to search your deck for any 2 Pokemon and put them into your hand. Decks like Metagross love this, because they need to search for Pokemon, they need to get set up. This helps in so many decks. It doesn't hurt that it evolves into Alolan Ninetales, but of course, we're looking at non-GX, non-EX Pokemon. So for now, Alolan Vulpix, completely on his own merits, comes in at number 5. In at number 4, one of my babies, Vespiquen. Vespiquen is ludicrous, ladies and gentlemen. You've got Forest of Giant Plants, you can evolve it up whenever you like. You can attack for just a double colourless energy. And then you've got this ridiculous attack that does 20 damage plus 10 for every Pokemon in your discard pile. You can use cards like Unknown to draw extra cards while popping any Pokemon in the discard. You can use Klefki to protect you against Mega Pokemon, or to be honest, just as more discard fodder. You can tech anything you like into there. We just mentioned Metagross a minute ago. Scared of Metagross? Well, just stick an Eevee and a Flareon in your deck. And if you're not playing against a Fire Weak deck, just discard them. We will forgive you. Vespiquen is such an adaptable deck and so much fun, and the spiritual successor to Flareon. A deck which I liked very much indeed, and that's why it deserves to be in at number 4. In at number 3, Zoroark, and I'm cheating a little bit, and I'm okay with that. Zoroark and Zoroark Break. Zoroark has got the stand-in ability, which just allows you to jump in the active. That means you can always be active when you want to, but you can also combine it with a float stone, so if you don't want Zoroark in the active, just stand in, retreat, you're good to go. Not to mention a really good attack for just a double colourless energy, 10 damage plus 30 more for each Pokemon on your opponent's bench. And maybe your opponent's going to go, ha ha ha, in your face! I'm not benching Pokemon, just to spite you. Brilliant! So you're not benching Pokemon that you want to bench to smite me? I'm okay with that, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds like fun to me. And then you add on Zoroark Break, who quite frankly is unfair. Zoroark Break, for just 1 dark energy, copies your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. But here's the deal. You don't need the correct energy. Now, back in the day, this was printed pretty much in black and white. And it was fun because you could copy Reshiram's Blue Flare without discarding the fire energy. You can still do stuff like this. But what's even better nowadays is that you've got GX attacks. This was printed before GX attacks were a thing. So now you can ludicrously copy GX attacks for 1 dark energy. I have copied and seen copied things like Divide GX, like Drampa's Big Wheel GX. But then, of course, we've got these really big attacking GX attacks. And you can copy them for a single energy. And then, of course, you've got things like Drampa, you can copy Berserk to KO a Drampa, and so on and so forth. You get the idea, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little bit ludicrous, it's a little bit broken. In at number 2, Taboo Cocoa. Now this has been released as a promo twice, it's not been released in a set, but trust me, ladies and gentlemen, you want this card, and there are 2 things going for it. Number 1, it's got free retreat. So at the beginning of your turn, you pop it in the active, and you can just retreat to whatever you want. Have a Pokemon KO'd, retreat to whatever you want. And if you start with it, you put it in the active, and retreat to whatever you want. Playing a water deck and using Aqua Patch, you can only attach to your bench water Pokemon. Well, that's okay. Put Cocoa in the active, use Aqua Patch, and then retreats. And life is good. Oh yeah, and for a double colourless energy. And you might be seeing a little bit of a theme here. Yes, being able to attack for a single energy is great. 20 to all of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, if you're against something like a Gyarados deck that's got a whole bunch of Magikarp on the bench with 10 HP remaining, that's going to win you the game. But against other decks, you just sit there and you spread 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. and then you're hitting those magic numbers. Playing Metagross, I don't know why we're mentioning Metagross so much this video, but we are, roll with it. Weirdly, I have been carrying a Mega Metagross coin in my pocket for days now. Maybe that's why. You're only hitting 150. Well, use Taboo Cocoa a couple times, ladies and gentlemen, and you are absolutely fine. But in at number 1, the best non-EX, non-GX Pokemon we've got in the format at the moment, I mean, it's Garbodor. How could it not be Garbodor? 1 Psychic Energy, 20 damage for each item in your opponent's discard pile? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. It was 75% of top 32, and then slightly later, 75% of top 8 in Seattle at the regional championships. That, ladies and gentlemen, is absurd. No wonder it's the best non-EX, non-GX Pokemon we have. And actually, the question that was asked to me in the live chat on my stream was, what's the best non-EX, non-GX other than Garbodor? And just before we finish, there's the Metagross coin that I just fished out of my pocket in case anybody thought I was lying. Now, we've been doing 5 years of podcasts. I would like to get to 5 years of YouTube videos. You can help. Follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. Like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Go follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. And the most important thing as always, look after yourselves until next time. I'm in a celebratory mood, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you get my face in this video. I didn't do my hair though. I hope you don't mind. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross and you've been watching PTCG Radio.